down. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a handoff looking right. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
The play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen going for it all. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
31 yards there and a first down. So the big play gets them across midfield now for first and 10. They'll run. This is Kamara. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Now on second and 13, Breeze. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Shotgun now for Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A very solid gain of 27. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a first down.
It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it second and short.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. Now a play fake here on first down. He's airing it out into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, but it'll be second down. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up, 2nd and 10. Here's Breeze to throw. And the Dolphins rush, gets home, down he goes. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. So we've hit intermission. Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the 3rd quarter now. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Rosen. Wilson snags it left side. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 14. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. To throw on 2nd and 6. Rosen. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. From 10 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game.
Dolphins 10.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check 3, check 3. Hey, easy. Check 3, check 3. Hey, check 1, 2, 3.
Throwing now is Breeze. And his throw is incomplete. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away.
Ready.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Watch the safety creep. Watch the edge. Rush for the second.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
Ready. You're waiting. Right line. So we got man. SOS. You go tight.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From midfield, here's Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. And this one complete to Smith. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Breeze now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Charles Harris, his second sack of the night. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll bring up a third down and very long.
Check, 47. Hey.
Now Breeze. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Let's go, D.
On first down, it's Rosen. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Now this throw caught left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 72 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Back to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. 4 receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 28. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Breeze now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Let's go. Let's go.
And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. They fake the give. Here's Breeze. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Xavier Howard, and he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the fourth quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew. So I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. Sanders now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Roger. Good shot, baby. That's a big shot. 49, check 49. Hey, Mike's right. He's coming. We got double up.
A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 20-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
6 man. Here we go, boys.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Alert 3. Check 37. Say. Joker.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
22. You don't know no better. Like 22, he's coming.
Here we go on 4th with Keenum. And he finds McLaurin. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. On 1st down, Keenum. He gets it in the hands of Geis. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. Touchdown, Washington! Paul Richardson, 64 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Makes the score Redskins 7, Dolphins nothing. Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. He was taken down by Quentin Dunbar.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Tackled there by Monte Nicholson. On 3rd and short, Drake. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Now, this one complete downfield on the left side. A good pick up there of 20 yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Don't say nothing. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Throw left side complete. That's Drake. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. Well, Charles, if you think so far in the early part of the preseason who has stood out, if you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray 1st, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good. I
agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right?
Touchdown, Washington! Darius Geis. 56 yards. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This will be fielded at the 8. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That one, a first down pickup of 8. On first down, Drake. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Right now, I'm just wondering where they turn on offense, Charles. I know we're not in the fourth quarter, but second quarter haven't scored and struggling to move the ball.
I don't think they abandoned the run game totally, but maybe you change up your tempos. Maybe you go a little bit faster, try and catch them back on their heels a little bit to try and accomplish what you want to get done.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to rifle one deep left, and that's caught inside the 30. That goes as a gain of 37 on third down. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0.
Here we go.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now Balaj.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They come out here in the I. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. On the jet sweep, here's Grant. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And they'll throw it with Rosen toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. They'll try and run with Balaj. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Kalen Balaj in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, a full half to be played. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 37-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Stand down. Hey, orbit.
The final shot before half for Keenum. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Throwing on second down. Rosen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Grant. 11 yards there, first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
The play fake to Balazs. Now Rosen. Throw left side complete. It's Drake. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
56. Silver.
On first down, Drake. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
56. Check 56. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day on this.
Rosen just getting the snap off and 1. Man open left side. It's Williams. 4th down now after a loss of 2. This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it.
Mark 56. Mark 58. It's going to be a long day.
They're going on 4th down. Rosen. On the right side open is Gesicki. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Again, Peterson. The safety, Rashad Jones, brings him down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
To throw is Keenum. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Raekwon McMillan able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Let's go, baby. Shift. 52. Take 2.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Hey, Alpha. 22. Down. Go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Keenum to throw for it on fourth. And no, it's incomplete. Jay Gruden's guys unable to convert on fourth down. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. From the gun, it's Rosen. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Montez Sweat. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Rosen. Wilson snags it left side. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
On third down, Rosen. They're able to locate Wilson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on first and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right, and you just mentioned it, the defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. They run again with Peterson. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Raekwon McMillan in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Returnable for Graham. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coach is insane.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Montez Sweat in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Mike 56. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Rosen off the play action. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Here goes the high. Round 20. 47. Yeah. Check the backer, check the backer.
On first down, this is Geis. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his second touchdown of the night. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense.